Hey, my Liptons. So, oh my God. This is the first time I ever spoke about Shannon Sharpe on my channel. I just thought about it. Like, this is the first time I've ever spoke about this man. And honestly, this story, like, I don't even know what to say. Because it's like, a part of me was like, I don't even want to report on this. I don't even want to talk about it because it's like, y'all, if y'all been watching the news, if y'all been on the internet, it feels like there is a lawsuit coming out like every 3 to 5 business days with these celebrities. It's like, Drewski, what's his name, Odell Beckham Jr. With the whole situation with Jay-Z just got dismissed. And then it's like, there's just so many. And then on top of that, Diddy's thing, court cases coming up in this man. It's like, I feel like I'm just getting hit. I feel like anytime I see, I turn on the news, go on the internet, there's always a lawsuit popping up. And it's just like, I can't keep up with a lot of this stuff. And it gets overwhelming. I'm just like, you know what? I just want to turn it off. But I will say this, though. This stood out to me yesterday. Because being someone that, Shannon Sharpe, like, let me just say this, because this is my first time about talking about him on this channel. Um, he has been caught up a few times before in the past, and I never spoke about this. Like, he's been caught up, I've noticed it and I peeped it, but I never discussed it. The situation with what was it? The him quote unquote accidentally pressing live while he was having sex. The Michelle thing, like that happened, and then he tried to sell like that's my Michelle T-shirt, and like it's just he has slipped. And then on top of that, there was gay rumors. It's just like I don't know, like Shannon Sharpe. There's a lot going on with him, I feel like, and now it's just like this lawsuit was crazy. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not gonna pull up the lawsuit. This is just gonna really be my thoughts about this whole situation. To me, I've noticed as time goes on, there like, and I'm not saying that this doesn't happen in other communities as well. I'm not saying that like there aren't fetishes or fetishizations that happen in the white it definitely let's be clear, it happens in the white community, it happens in the Asian, like it happens. I'm not going to say and act as if it doesn't happen in those communities, but I am noticing like a lot of black lately. I feel like lately there are more black men being outed for being into like this like race play, slavery, plantation, role play, sex play, fetish thing. It's like even I don't know if y'all remember this. Y'all probably don't because it was really only in like the urban blogs. It didn't really become mainstream. But one of those rappers, I'm forgetting his name, Mano, I think that's his name. Y'all can go look it up. But Mano, the one from Young Money on Lil Wayne's label. Mano, he came out like what, a few years ago. I believe it was like 2 years ago. And he said how he enjoys white women like thinking that like he's a slave in sex or something. Like he enjoys like, oh massa, like he likes to, oh massa, like he likes that kind of thing. Like he's into that. And people were rightfully dragging him. They were like, yo, like what do you mean like you're into race play? Like what is that? What? So overall, that's just like such a degrading thing for you to be like they're gonna be some, maybe there might be some defenders, I don't know, but I'm not gonna lie to you, social media has been dragging Shannon Sharpe, okay, for the text messages that he released on this lawsuit. And I know I'm kind of veering off, but it all ties in. But Shannon Sharpe, a lawsuit came out by Tony Busby. That's a whole different conversation with that lawyer. But Tony Busby came out, and then this woman, she said that Shannon Sharpe assaulted her, blah blah. You already know. Shannon Sharpe then responded with releasing these text messages through his lawyer and posting it on social media. And a good amount of these text messages, my Liptons, it's disturbing. It's disturbing. It's just like, I can't even really be, no, I can't be, but it's like at the same time, like, I don't know what to say. Like, it's like Shannon, it's like, you're releasing these text messages, saying that, like, yeah, she consented to the, y'all having sexual relations and that sort of thing. But I feel like, here's the thing, how I feel about this. I feel like Shannon released those text messages for him to look bad, but for the woman to look worse. That's how I feel like that's the strategy he's coming out with this. Because he knew that he was going to look bad. Like, people are dragging him for those text messages because those text messages are wild. Like, that is some freaky, like, degrading, like, demeaning, like, no self-respect kind of, like, you just don't give it, like, you just really, Shannon Sharpe just gave me the type where it's like, it's white, Latino, like Hispanic, anything. Like, it's like he likes them light, bright, and white, and he also likes them to be him for them to be calling him all kinds of racial slurs while they're having sexual relations. Okay, and that's the part, like, I don't like, I truly, someone needs to explain this to me. Like, is it, what kind of fetish? Like, I get the whole, like, feet thing, like, people liking feet. Okay, if y'all into that, y'all into that. Toes, okay. But I don't like the whole racial play. The whole racial play thing, I don't understand it. I don't like, you like, like, you don't have that much like, that's how much respect you have for yourself. That's how low your self-esteem is, to the point where you have a woman from a different race calling you all kinds of racial slurs and saying that she wants you to put a big black baby in her, and 25K per cheek. Like, you just, and here's the thing, and this is the thing where it's like Shannon Sharpe is kind of shady with some of his things. It's like, you released her side, why don't you release what you responded to her? Because he knows that what he responded was crazy, back to was what she was saying. Because she was the one that was saying, oh, I want you to put your big black baby in me and your minds. And, she said big black baby like 2-3 times in them text messages. And it was just, and then tongues. It's a lot. It's a lot. Okay, y'all can go look it up and look, because I'm not gonna put them text messages up here. Okay, this was a lot. And here's my thing, and this is going back to the main point. I'm noticing that, like, more and more black men are being outed for being into, like, racial plantation slavery, massa sex play, like the sex role, like they're into that kind of fetish, and it's weird. It's not even weird at this point. It's really, I guess you could say it's anti-black. Like, it's anti-black for them. But then again, it's like they also enjoy it. That's the part where it's like, I don't know. Like, I think, as, like, in a way, Shannon Sharpe and people like him, they only like to be used as commodities. They only like to be used for sex. Like, if they feel like they can bust through these light, bright, and white chicks, and that means that they're that they love them, and that they feel accepted by these women, when really they're just using you for your penis. They don't care about you. They don't look at you as human. Like, you're only being used as a commodity. But then again, you also put yourself in a predicament. You allowed this to happen. And I agree with this tweet. What this person said. And I'm not gonna lie, it made me laugh. This tweet made me laugh when I saw it. I was cracking up, okay? This person said, I really have nothing for Shannon Sharpe, even if the sexual assault part is some concreted effort to blackmail him. He was still a nearly 60-year-old man involved with a girl who was maybe a year or two removed from high school. I got nothing for you. Oh, that word. And when I saw that like, Shannon has been on some old freak N-word-ish for a minute. He accidentally left his IG live going while having sex so we could all hear it. Even if it was to promote Rose Sparks, we all know how sex supplements work, so it was still unnecessary. Yeah, I don't know. Shannon Sharpe has just been caught slipping way too much. And then the whole 19... That's the other part too. I'm like, when this incident happened, apparently when he first saw this woman, she was 19 and he was 53. And I'm just like... And it sucks. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's like I have men in my family who are literally like senior citizens, like marrying 19, 20, 21 year old girls. And it's just like, what do you have in like what do y'all talk about exactly? What do y'all have in common? Like, what is there to talk about? What is it? No, really, I can't even, like, you need to laugh to keep from crying in these situations, because it's like, what do you talk to this girl? And yes, I get it. Yes, legally, yes, she's a woman. Yeah, 18 and up is a woman. Okay, I get. Yes, I get it. But it's just like, what are y'all talking about? Like, what is there to say? And it's just like, this girl was young enough to be your daughter, and it's like, you. That's the part where I feel like some of these men, they don't. It's weird with them. And it's like, I know that I also saw, I was watching The Breakfast Club, and DJ Envy, he was low-key on the defense for Shannon Sharpe, because he was like, because I think Charlemagne kept bringing up the fact that, he doesn't understand why Shannon Sharpe at his big age will go after a 19-year-old girl. It doesn't make any sense. And then, or woman, whatever. And then DJ Envy was like, oh, well, it's legal, and if y'all gonna come for Shannon Sharpe for dating like a 19-year-old or 20-year-old, y'all need to go after Jerry Seinfeld. Y'all need to go after Leonardo DiCaprio, that sort of thing. And don't get me wrong, like, shoot, at this point, I feel like the internet drags Leonardo DiCaprio like once a year on Twitter. Like, I feel like Leonardo DiCaprio, he catches strays like once a year on Twitter. They always bring up the chart about how he dates, models who are in their early 20s, then breaks up with them when they're like 25. Like, we listen, Envy, we're not gonna do that. We definitely do drag Leo. We do drag him. But here's the difference, though, Envy. Leonardo DiCaprio has not been caught with a lawsuit charge on SA, and hopefully that is not the case. That never happens. Hopefully, all of Leo's relationships are consensual, and as long as they're legal, even though I'm not okay with it, but like, on a personal level. But it's like, if they're consenting adults, it is what it is. And on top of that, Leonardo DiCaprio has not been caught with a lawsuit, whereas Shannon Sharpe has been caught with a lawsuit. So that's what makes this story even bigger than it needs to be. And then, on top of that, Shannon Sharpe has always been private with his love life, really, before all of this. Honestly, after that Cat Williams interview, like, Shannon Sharpe has low-key been feeling himself. Like, ever since that Cat Williams interview, like, he's been feeling himself. He's been feeling like da-da-da. And it's so ironic that Cat Williams was like, talking about, everybody, because P. Diddy be wanting to party and that sort of stuff. And it's like, his homeboy right here was out here, dating 19-year-olds and doing race play. So I do want to know what Cat Williams has to say about that. But, I do think that, the fact that, like, you literally could have been this woman's, like, father, and yet you still wanted to smash. It's like, and then on top of that, she's a whole race. Like, I mean, like, giving very much so microaggression-y, giving very much so, like, I don't like you, but I like your black peen. Like, it's giving that, Shannon, and it's like, you've been hoodwinked, you've been bamboozled. But then again, you did it to yourself. You bamboozled yourself and you hoodwinked yourself. All I'm saying is that I'm noticing that lately, as time goes on, more and more, it's not only just that. I feel like sometimes there are a good amount of black men that are coming out happily saying that, oh yeah, I'm into like race play. Like, I'm into like, the white girl calling me massa, or like the Latino girl calling me, the Latino girl calling me a slave, and I be calling her massa with me. Like, lately, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that this doesn't happen. Other communities don't involve themselves in fetishes and race role plays, but baby, let's be very clear. You won't see a white guy or an Asian guy or whatever guy coming out on radio stations like Mano talking about, so, oh yeah, my black girlfriend, we be doing race plays, or you won't see a white guy coming out like on like public mainstream media, public television, talking about some, oh yeah, like me and my Asian wife, we be getting involved in some like freaky, kinky, like fetishy, like I just don't be looking at her like love me long time kind of thing. Like, you won't see them doing that publicly. They'll do it privately because they know how it looks publicly. But I'm just noticing, like, as time goes on, like, A lot of these black dudes, like lately, they've been embarrassing themselves. And it's embarrassing. Like, that's the thing. Like, they think that this thing makes them look fly with this race role play thing. And it's like, no, you have no self respect. You have no self worth. You're degrading yourself. Or you have degraded yourself. You look foolish. And it's like, where is your self worth? Like, where is your self respect? Like, go find it. Because it's in the gutter. It's in hell right now. The fact that you're allowing other people from different races to call you racial slurs or to use microaggression-y kind of language while y'all having sex. It's like sex, you know, I will say this still too. This is last tweet before I get out of here because I think this is going to be a long video. This person also said this and I agree with this. Hold on, let me go to my likes. This person said this because Shannon Sharpe made a response video. And shout out to her. At some point, we're going to have a convo about how settling down with someone that truly loves you and not whoring yourself around benefits men. They ain't ready for that convo. And I truly do feel that way. It's like these older dudes, like they're going for these young girls, like just like left the freaking nest. They get caught up in the BS and they out here catching lawsuits or they're out here, going to jail for this stuff. And it's like, when y'all really should be getting with girls, if not around your age, or maybe a good little cute little like 5-10 years younger than you, whatever, but like y'all should be getting with people that are on the maturity level, on the same level, like on the same level on every stance, like spiritually, emotionally, mentally, like everywhere. But these men, I mean, maybe they also feel like they can, they're going for these young women because they want to control them or something. I don't know. It could be a control thing. It'd be like, oh, we can trick them out, and where we can't do that with more mature women because they understand the game better. So I don't know. I will say this though, when it comes to the lawsuit, it's like I don't want to say nothing because I want to wait and see. But it does race play aside, child, it does seem like it is somewhat of a shakedown. Just looking at those text messages, it looked like she was kind of consenting to it. But then again, it's like we have to wait and see what happens because we also didn't see his response. So I don't know what's going to happen from here, but I don't know if just Shannon Sharpe's karma, like I don't know what is going on. But either way, him and men like him, they need help. Like they need therapy. Like they need to go find their self-worth because they need some psychiatric help. I don't know, why would you be like, it's so like, I get it, the fetish, but like you get involved in race play, plantation play while you're supposed to be, and that's the thing, that is not making love. We need to take that out of there. Making love, that is not what making love or being intimate. I don't even think this is like intimacy. Like this is some like degrading shit what he was involved with this lady. It was degrading. Like I can't even call it intimacy or physical intimacy or like making love. That is not that. Instead of you finding a woman who actually loves you for you and not for your big black pain, and looking at you as if you're a commodity, but then again, you also denigrated yourself to being a commodity. So I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see what happens after this. But yeah. You guys, tell me what you guys think in the comment section below. Please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get up to 2,000 subscribers. Let's get those watch time hours up. Please like and share my videos if you care. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.